Hey guys, what's up? So, this video might be controversial and might surprise some people, but also piss some people off. We're going to be talking about the band Red. And I have a confession. And you can believe me if you want to, you don't have to believe me. But back in high school, back when I was kind of not very open to too many bands. Oh man, I'm glad that me is gone. I did have a couple of Red songs on my phone. I had Breathe Into Me, Let Go, and a few other songs, and they were all from their first album. And I also had Shadows, so I had songs from their first two albums on my phone. Now the reason why this video is kind of hard for me to make is because I know some of you may believe me, some of you may not believe me, because as you guys know, my on and off relationship, for lack of a better word, with Red. So, yeah, I'm trying to remember if I can think back to when I got into Breaking Benjamin, this video would actually be a little easier. So I've discovered Breaking Benjamin when I was at my Nana's house, I think, and I was either at my Nana's house or I was at my own house, and my dad's house, and I had Pandora at the time, that I can remember, and I didn't have like Pandora Premium or like Spotify Premium or Spotify, so whatever would play on my phone whenever I listened to music, and I had radio stations and stuff. You guys remember radio stations? Or maybe you don't, I don't know, but anyway, I remember this one song came on. It was either Unknown Soldier or Evil Angel, I think it was, by Breaking Benjamin. I remember really liking it, and I was like, and the thing was too, I was also in like a hip-hop groove. Back then, I was listening to a lot of hip-hop, and I kind of was just ignoring rock almost entirely, so I needed a band to kind of help me jump back in. And that's where Breaking Benjamin came in. So they pretty much, I don't want to use the term saved my life, but what I will tell you, what they did save was my inner rocker, and revived my inner metalhead. So yeah, anyway, so I discovered Breaking Benjamin, and of course, my first album was Phobia, that I can remember very clearly, and I loved Breaking Benjamin, and I've been I was a fan ever since. And their first three albums, classics, and really those albums really don't get old. Phobia, I still listen to Phobia every now and then. I still listen to Saturate every now and then. Still listen to We Are Not Alone every now and then. And personally, I think We Are Not Alone, out of the first three studio albums by Breaking Benjamin, I think We Are Not Alone gets a really bad rap. I've heard people say that the vocals on that album aren't very good, that Ben's voice sounds off and all that, but that's a story for another time. Or I guess a video or discussion for another time. So yeah, I discovered Breaking Benjamin, and then, I think, oh boy, this is where it's gonna get tough. I can't remember the exact year, but I do remember getting into Red. I went to a Christian camp. I think my second to last or last year of being able to go, and I discovered Red. So I played a bunch of Red, and people enjoyed it, and people were into it, and that was one of the few artists I was able to play on my phone because we were at a Christian camp. We really couldn't play anything else other than Christian music, which kind of sucked. But you know what? I digress. But yeah, played a lot of Red. And then, I continued listening to Red. I had a couple of Red songs on my phone throughout high school, and a little further back as well. And I think I discovered them freshman year. I can't remember, but I did like a couple of songs. I still think I still think Red's best album is their debut. Either that or Of Beauty and Rage, which I know a lot of die-hard Red fans that have been around since the beginning would say Of Beauty and Rage is their best album to date. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if some Red fans called Of Beauty and Rage Red's Black Album. But, yeah, so I do have a very brief, short history with Red before everything kind of went south and my faith was breaking down and I was kind of just not trusting God, and just, that was a very hard time. It was a very hard time. I was also going through shit with my stepmother at the time, back in high school, and I was a mess. I was angry, I was pissed off. I mean, a lot of people would still tell me I'm angry and pissed off, which, I don't blame you, but, I'm definitely less than before. Well, maybe not, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so, and honestly, like, I look back and I go, well, I liked a couple of Red songs back then, and I was, into Red because I was into Breaking Benjamin. It's very confusing because I can't really remember this all that well. And I think to myself, just overall, especially when, I was going through, a tough time, like music, helps heal. Music is good for the soul and blah, 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 and, at least that's what I believe. But, so you would think that in some of my darkest times in life, you would think that in some of my lowest of lows in life, I would be blasting Red to the hills. I would be blasting, Pillar to the hills. I would be blasting, Decipher Down to the hills. I'd be blasting, Demon Hunter to the hills. I'm still a Demon Hunter fan, okay? Everybody calm down, I'm still a Demon Hunter fan. They're a great band, and yes, they are underrated, okay? Everybody chill. But, So, I mean, this is a very hard topic for me to talk about just because there's a lot that, again, is very foggy with my memory. There's very little I remember. But then again, there was also a time where, yes, Red was on my phone. Red was a band that I did listen to alongside Breaking Benjamin. And yeah, for some of you that might be hard to believe, and that's fine. That is totally fine. If you don't believe me, that's fine. If you do, well, okay then. But I know probably Feeding the Machine will have a field day with this video. That depends if it goes good or bad, depending if it turns into a rant or if it just turns into like, oh, this is interesting. Okay, I did not know this. But, you know. And yeah, you know, like Feeding the Machine said in one of his videos, you know, why you won't check out Red or give Red another chance because of their beliefs or blah 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 or where they stand. Yes, looking back and looking, you know, just looking at that, yes, that was a very ignorant and very stupid reason for me to not rediscover or check out a band. And I say rediscover because, again, there was a very brief time in my life I do remember where I did like Red. I didn't love them, but I liked them, and I thought they were a good band. You know, they did remind me a lot of Breaking Benjamin because, well, Benjamin Burnley has written songs for Red, and the former Red guitarist plays guitar for Breaking Benjamin now. So you would think, you know, all the more reason to be a Red fan. All the more reason to be this and that. All the more, you know, whatever. But, you know, it's all in the past now. And, you know, I listen to Red now, and I've really been enjoying their latest album. I've gone back and I've listened to some of their other albums. Of Beauty and Rage is great. End of Silence is great. Innocence and Instinct, great. But if you had to make me pick a weakest album from Red, I would either go with Gone or Release the Panic. Those, in my opinion, would be the two worst Red albums in their entire discography. Everything else has been really good. So, you know, let me know down in the comments below if you agree with me on that or not. If you don't, that's fine. If you do, well, then cool. But, yeah. So, yeah, just wanted to get that off my chest. Just wanted to tell you guys. And, yeah. So, again, I know this might be very shocking to some of you. Some of this may come as a surprise for some of you. Some of you might be scratching your head, I don't know. But what matters is, you know, I do listen to Red. I do have some albums saved on my Spotify, and I do have plenty of songs in my liked. So, you know, Red fans gotta stick together, right? And I think Feeding the Machine said something about Demon Hunter fans have to stick together too. Either that was him or that was somebody else in a live stream that I once did a few years ago. But, yeah. Well, somebody said it. I don't know. I can't remember. But with all that being said, I know, like I said, some of the story was a little bit foggy, so I couldn't remember it all. So again, I apologize, but, yeah. So, I'll see you guys in my next video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.